This is my recap and reaction to Sister Wives Christine Behind the Scenes, which is a TV special that aired dedicated to Christine's top moments from seasons 1 to 6. Oh, the nostalgia, honestly. So the episode starts with Mary telling the story about how they first met Christine the summer that her and Cody got married, and how Christine had this huge crush on Cody and was letting her desires known. This is always kind of a shtick with them. They always allude to the fact that Christine was like desperate to be in the family, throwing herself at Cody basically. But what was she supposed to do? Not flirt or go for it? Like, I don't understand. Anyways, they go back to season 1, and we learn that Christine actually thought she was done having kids after Isabel, but Cody and Aspen had convinced her to have just one more, so she went for it, and then came Truly. I didn't realize, but yes, a whole 6-year difference between Isabel and Truly. There's this fun segment they have in there where we also learn that Christine and her siblings have this reputation for cheating at games. So Christine had this reputation too. So there's this funny clip where Christine and Mary argue about what Christine's real score for mini golf is when the whole family went golfing. And the first 2 segments, I can't help but think, are like kind of patronizing. Christine's getting made fun of basically for flirting with Cody and for cheating at games. Like, what? Like, please, we need some positivity. Anyways, then they took us back to the early seasons when they were worried about getting arrested. So this is season 2. Christine says that actually her grandpa and his wives were separated back in the day, and they lost everything, and the wives completely lost contact. So when the police was investigating them in season 2, this was a super big kind of trigger for her. So it's kind of hard to imagine, though, that the wives never found each other anymore in this social media age, right? It's just so easy to find people now. They play a clip where Christine says that her relationship with Cody used to be easy, and that since Robyn came into the family, she doesn't feel special anymore, and she feels like they failed. So yeah, cracks were actually showing at that time, right? And she seems almost like apologetic for saying that on the show. So she's kind of like not, it's like she's in denial as to how bad it is or something. Now, this is interesting. So they show a clip of Christine. She had made a cross stitch for Solomon's birth. So for Robyn, it said, "Our family is growing by 2 feet." And this was actually, she made it to make amends with Robyn, because Christine says that she wasn't accepting of Robyn at first. She accused Cody of having a favorite wife, which, I mean, foreshadowing. I mean, she was right. And she says she could have caused a lot of damage. So the favorite wife thing is not new at all. It's like a theme. At one point, Christine and Robyn had gone to a restaurant with the babies and kind of made amends. Christine had apologized, but watching the clip back with Robyn, she says she wonders how genuine that was, or was she just saying that because she thought she was supposed to, which was a pretty honest thing to say or to admit, right? So I feel like Christine was actually one of the realest at that point. She was a bit more honest with her confessionals. Robyn goes on a tangent about how they got closer while working on my sister wives' closet. That's laughable. That's hilarious. And how she was a rock star at having ideas and making the business plan. So that was short-lived, honestly. And in the clip, Christine is like, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's so fun. It was like the fakest way to say that ever. So then they show a clip of Mykelti, who was rebelling against modesty rules in the early seasons. And this is kind of a weird segment. I can't even tell by looking at her what they have a problem with. She seems fully covered to me. Cody kind of seemed annoyed that they wanted a reaction to that clip too. He was like, you know what, my kid is a good kid, gets good grades. Who cares if she wears a tank top? We live in Vegas. It's like 1,000,000 degrees. And I actually agree here. So then they talk about how awesome it was when they moved into the cul-de-sac. Remember when Cody ran the perimeter of the cul-de-sac. Well, for Christine, this was actually an important moment. Run, Cody, run. I missed the cul-de-sac. Cody and Christine had a cute date going paintballing, and they showed the clip for everyone to react to it. And Janelle and Robyn reacted to this segment by basically poo-pooing on paintball. They're like, I don't get the interest. I wouldn't go. Not my thing. I would not go paintballing. But I thought it was cute, so I don't know why they're reacting like that. They flash back to a debate they had about polygamy, and on one side was Christine's aunt and people arguing against polygamy, saying basically that her husband had left on his honeymoon with another wife and she felt devastated and how traumatic that was for her. And Christine and the families on the other side. Christine at one point gets really defensive and says, I knew you and your husband and he wasn't a nice man. Sorry. Kind of awkward to be arguing on a panel against your aunt. Whose idea was this? I have no idea why this even happened. I don't even remember. Okay, so next segment is actually very sad. They talk a bit about how Truly had kidney failure. There are lots of tears, and these are actually hard episodes to revisit. But there is a happy ending. Robyn says this terrible comment. Honestly, cringed so bad, couldn't believe it that this came out of her mouth. But she said, while reacting to this clip, when she visited Truly in the hospital, she wondered if she was done. Who says that? I mean, I just cannot with that comment. Who says that? Yeah, I thought your child was done. Honestly, really? So then they talk about, remember when Cody's childhood friend Ken had told him, kind of as a joke or whatever, to leave all his wives except one and come back to the church. This basically activated Christine and caused a big amount of drama on a camping trip. Christine was freaking out, demanding an apology. She didn't want to go boating with Ken. And Cody ended up blaming it on Christine's period or PMS or something. Well, apparently Christine and Cody had to go to counseling for a while because of this fight. And we learned that Christine and Ken made up. And Ken actually watched the episode and called Christine himself to apologize. So now they're all good. So for anyone wondering, they may one day, or maybe one day Christine will go boating with Ken. Why not, right? All right, guys, thank you so much for listening the whole way through. Let me know what your thoughts are on this kind of flashback, and I'll be back soon with more Sister Wives content. Bye, guys!